I woke up, I'm in PEI, I'm eating an oat cake, which I feel like is a very East Coast thing to do. I'm here for my mom's 75th birthday. We're gonna have a little family get together. And you know, when I travel, I feel like the main attraction to most places that are different from where I'm from is the food. So we're in Prince Edward Island. When I think of Prince Edward Island, I think of lobster, mussels, oysters, scallops, haddock, cod, all the seafoods, and potatoes. So we're gonna do a little food tour of Prince Edward Island while I'm here. I hope you like to eat, because I sure do. So here we are in Prince Edward Island. I left my home in the Yukon and traveled across the country to Canada's east coast. Prince Edward Island is the smallest province in all of Canada and is an island in the Gulf of the St. Lawrence. I flew directly into Charlottetown, which, funny enough, has a smaller airport than Whitehorse, and met up with a friend where we stayed in this little cottage for a couple nights. I'm here with Trish and Monty. Say hello.
Yes.
Monty.
Montague. Oh, is it boy?
Oh, what a precious one. We are off to our first stop, which is Victoria by the Sea, to Richard's for the famous lobster rolls. Way to start the trip off on a high. Richard's has two locations, one in Victoria and another in Covehead. We visit both in this video. Richard's is known for its lobster rolls, but has several other seafood items as well. There is always a line, but it is well worth the wait. Nice little crust. Juicy, succulent, and loaded to the brim. You can't get much better than that. Afterwards, we checked out some shops, and the gentleman at this shop recommended to us the Island Chocolate Company for an afternoon treat and coffee. You can watch them hard at work in their workshop, making all sorts of delectable creations. So this was the brown butter ganache, salted caramel, and peanut cluster with a double Americano. Highly recommend as a sweet treat to cap off your afternoon adventures. After our visit to Victoria, it was time to head back to the North Shore to get ready for dinner. Hey, what do we know about this place?
Just a quick read. They went to culinary school in Charlottetown, and that's all I know.
And now they got some kind of farm-to-table, sea-to-table restaurant with a tasting menu.
Yeah, so we're going to try the tasting menu.
Okay, let's do it. It just so happened that the North Shore Canteen was a 2-minute walk from our cottage, so we decided to check it out. Look at that cute little lighthouse entranceway. So I'm going to try to talk, although I don't know if you can actually hear anything, but these are some kind of chips. These are tartar. Trish has never had tartar. She's only... Alright, it was way too loud for you to realistically hear my breakdown of the dishes, so here it goes. I love a good farm-to-table experience, and the tasting menu really showcased the variety of PEI cuisine, although some dishes were much better than others. I wasn't a fan of the broccoli tempura, the mussels were underwhelming, and the presentation of the schnitzel was sloppy. However, there were many more lovely dishes, like the tartare, pork belly, halibut, and flank steak, all winners in my books. As far as the overall dining experience, it was almost painfully loud inside the restaurant. The acoustics definitely need some work. Also, they had no non-alcoholic drink options, which in today's restaurant culture I find a bit surprising. The pros are the value for the money. We paid $85 each and were stuffed. I don't want to complain about portion sizes, but it was almost too much, and that takes a lot for an eater like me to say. This is Malpeque Harbor. And we are about to go eat some oysters. You know you're in the right place when they're competing in the Canadian oyster shucking competition. Closing at 4. Thank God we got here when we did. The Malpeque Oyster Barn had a very charming ambiance, and it was delightful to sit and look out at the harbor. The in-house oyster shucker was telling me all about the Canadian Oyster Shucking Championships, and I think on my next visit I will have to make a point of making it to this competition. Sounds like a lot of fun. As early as the World Fair of 1900, Malpeque oysters have been renowned for being some of the top in the world. Okay, hello. We have got our beautiful Malpeque oysters. These are the size small, which are actually very decent size that we're very happy with. I think it was $26.95 for a dozen. We've got some horseradish, cocktail sauce, a raspberry mignonette, raspberry rhubarb, I think, and lemon. So we're going to give these a try. This has got to be about as fresh as it gets. I'm going to try this mignonette. Down the hatch. Lovely. A little built-in garnish.
Oh, I got some.
And just like that, they were gone. Look good. Perfectly cooked. Camper van. Roads of Prince Edward Island. No trip to PEI is complete without one or several trips to Cow's Ice Cream, an institution. Monty boy, hi. this pan-fried haddock with this lightest little crust was just cooked to perfection and juicy and fresh and just, chef's kiss. After our final meal, it was time to say goodbye to Trish and meet up with the fam at the beach house. No time for tours though, because we had to get to our lobster supper. So here we are at New Glasgow Lobster Suppers, and we are about to feast down on some lobster. Head down the stairs, so I'll just get you to head to your Oyster. It is great.
I got lots of cutlery.
Yeah. I don't do the tail exactly like this, but it is a good guide.
I like the opening.
You can't hear me because of the noise, but here I am showing you my little mussel shell trick. I use an empty mussel shell as sort of tweezers in order to remove the meat from my mussels, and it's a handy little tool. Fresh out of the oven, I can feel the heat. If you've never been to a PEI lobster supper, they are pretty standard across the board. They come with hot, fresh rolls, endless mussels, chowder, a salad plate, or in some cases a salad bar, your main event, the lobster dinner, and then dessert. After dinner, our server was kind enough to take us down to the lobster pound. This is where they cook the lobsters, and then over here in this room is where they keep them all until they're cooked, and they're all categorized in different bins according to size.
Oh, there it is.
Alright, so this guy is 4 pounds. So he is the biggest lobster we have right now. You put him down. So he's 4 pounds, and then let me get a 1 pound. So that's the difference between 1 pound and 4 pounds. You can pick him up if you want. That's a claw. Just be careful though. Yeah, pick him up like that. There you go.
If you're wondering where John, Matt, and Stanley are, they're at an island of their own, back at home. During our week at the beach house, we all took turns cooking meals. Here are some of our creations. So, Chef Carol, care to tell us what's on the menu this evening?
We are having an Atlantic meal tonight. We are going to have seared scallops, baby scallops. We are going to have Prince Edward Island russet potatoes. We're having Prince Edward Island grown green beans. And we have Prince Edward Island fresh corn on the cob. For dessert, we have local strawberries, fresh strawberries, and blueberries from Nova Scotia.
Wow.
And homemade cookies.
Ooh.
That's it.
Sounds delicious. Thank you, Chef Carol.
You're welcome.
Another culinary discovery of this trip were the chocolate-covered potato chips made by the Cows Company. Prince Edward Aqua Farms, where we picked up the mussels for tonight. 12 pounds for $24. Can't go wrong with that. So here we have our mise en place for our mussels. We are doing a tomato fennel and also a butter garlic version this evening. We've got our cooking station all set up. Over in this pot here, we have 12 pounds of PEI mussels. Serving the mussels tonight with a Greek salad and some baguette.
We went to the hot tub, and then after that, we were in bed at 10. I hadn't really slept since we left after that.
Is that a power bomb?
Like just basically just napping at the church, as we were.
I asked my mom to take some footage, and she took my instructions literally.
Can you toss me a piece of bread? Oh, street right here.
Family tradition dictates that we must go see the Anne of Green Gables musical at the Confederation Center of the Arts. And while there, I discovered that they had a dollhouse version of Green Gables made entirely of sugar. Quite the sight, and you'll learn in future videos that I'm quite the fan of dollhouses. After a fabulous show, it was off to Cows for ice cream and then to Covehead to Richard's. So hang on, we got the Richard's scallops. Okay, Kevin, take it away.
Okay, here we go. Richard scallop. What kind of sauce is this?
Yeah, it looks like it may be spicy.
I'm losing it.
No. Coleslaw? You want to go get some? I'll go get some. I have one.
Yeah,
Is it
Yeah.
spicy?
not spicy.
Lobster.
How's the batter?
The batter's light, flavorful.
Oh.
The scallop is tender and chewy. It's delicious.
What would you rate it?
Fresh.
Out of 10?
9 out of 10.
Whoa, that's pretty
9 out
solid.
of 10.
It's pretty solid. We'll see how this lobster roll compares to the one at Richard's in Victoria. Reliving our childhood, we visited the former site of Rainbow Valley. We couldn't not use this massive fireplace to make the best s'mores. Question to our gentle viewer: are cinnamon buns made with biscuit dough an East Coast thing? The biscuit cinnamon roll thing is a PEI classic.
That's what I always made.
I've been coming to Prince Edward Island since I was a young child. My mother was born and raised here, and although she left as a teenager, she made sure that her children would come to know and love the island as deeply as she does. PEI is a place like no other, unpretentious and nourishing for the body and soul. The island is carved from the ocean with its dramatic red cliffs, bright soil, sandy beaches, rolling fields, fishing villages, the legacy of Anne of Green Gables, welcoming people, and of course, the food. The food is a reflection of the land, sea, and people. For me, returning here is always emotional and nostalgic, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to be here with my family to celebrate my mom, relive childhood memories, and create new ones. If you haven't been to PEI, I definitely encourage you to check it out. You will not be disappointed. If you liked this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
One take Tara.